So what's up everybody? সবাই কেমন আছেন? হোপ সবাই খুব 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 ভালো আছেন। তো আমি আজকে হিটম্যান 3 এর মিশন 2টা আপনাদের কাছে নিয়ে চলে এসেছি, ডেথ ইন দ্য ফ্যামিলি। আগের দিনে আমরা দুবাইতে একটা কোথাও কিছু মার্ডার वगैरह করেছিলাম, তো আজকে আমরা এটা স্টার্ট করব। সো লেটস গো ফর ইট। শুরু করছি। ক্যাজুয়াল ডিফিকাল্টিতেই শুরু করলাম।
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlisle family's home for countless generations.
Okay.
The Revenant Alexa Carlisle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlisle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlisle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears.
Very good.
Phineas Whitman, private investigator.
That is Phineas Whitman, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlisle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe we should do some detecting.
Oh. Done. No done. মারা গেছেন সবাই। ভেরি গুড। আমি ডিটেকটিভের ড্রেসটা পরবো, তাই আমি মারতে বাধ্য হলাম, কিচ্ছু করার নেই। আরেকটা বডি ফেললাম, কোথায় গেল? यार কত গভীর জল, এটা নামবেই না यार, এর ম্যাপেরই বাইরে এটা। আর দুটো বডি আছে। গেটটা কে লাগালো? নিজের থেকে যদি লেগে গেছে, ইটস ফাইন। Well done, 47. যখন জানিস যে বাড়িতে একটা কিলার আসবে, না তুই জানিস না, এটা ফেললাম। ওইখানটাতে ফেলে রাখি, বিকজ ডিটেকটিভরা গান তো সেরকমভাবে ক্যারি করবে না, প্লাস এত হেভিলি গার্ডেড যখন। প্রচুর বাগানওয়াল, প্রচুর পয়সার মালিক এরা, প্রচুর পয়সা।
Looking good.
Sir, I'm gonna have to pat you down real quick.
Okay.
It'll be over quick. You're clear. Move on.
এবার যাবো কোথায়?
Hello there, sir.
Ah, you must be Mr. Whitmer.
Yes.
Adam Carlyle has asked me to be of assistance to him. I trust you've had a good look around. Are you ready to see the crime scene now?
চলো যাওয়া যাক।
Gotta keep that windscreen clean.
I am.
Very well,
Just
if you'll
feel
follow
sorry.
me, sir.
I think I lost a button from my cuff yesterday, probably at the graveyard. Could you just pop down and have a look? For a button,
Okay.
sir? That's what I said, wasn't it? Right.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow.
আচ্ছা,
Madam's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please
Looking
bear
good
with
today, sir.
if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider
Okay.
her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room.
আচ্ছা,
However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my
Okay.
right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
বাহ বেটা। আরেকটা হাত বাইরে কেন ল্যাপটপের?
Zachary was
কোথায়
shopping
টাইপ
for New
করে?
Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
চলো ঠিক আছে।
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
तो चलिए चलते हैं बटलर के पास, मिस्टर जेरड बटलर।
Oh, stop pacing. God's sake, Emma.
আর এই বাড়িটা বানাতে কত যে খরচা হয়েছে, কাঠ।
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters.
ওকে,
Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very useful information, 47.
আচ্ছা এগুলো সব খুঁজতে হবে
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis?
Patrick Carlisle.
Or perhaps you prefer
Can you tell
searching the
me
manor for
where you
clues
were
first?
yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you?
এই মেরেছে লাগছে
Okay. She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
চলো তোর সাথে আমার কথা বলার ডান ফন্সবি কি করছিল এখানে আমি কথা বলছি তোর কি রে ভাই
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
আনলক করতে হবে ঠিক আছে Nah.
He plays the strings of my heart with that piano. I can feel the hair on my neck stand.
You and me both.
Gregory Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she says.
আরেকজন টার্গেট আমার কাছে
Honestly, I
গেছে
can't say which is the bigger ball. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's
আমার এর
scared
উপর
to
সন্দেহ
allow
হচ্ছে
her
কেন জানি না
mistake.
হ্যালো ম্যাডাম এক্সকিউজ মি
Emmer Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. How do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa
Amazon
must
Alexa?
feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Great. এই যে আরেক ম্যাডাম।
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort overstaying.
আচ্ছা
I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whit?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is there anything else you want to ask?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
ঠিক আছে
Phil, did you find out that the vote was notarized? How the hell did that happen? No? We all signed it. I gave it to him in person.
কোথায় যাওয়া যায় এবার
Notarized the very same day. Right, listen. You go to their office and ask for Cheryl. She's the best they've got. Tell her you want to see the record. Don't take no for an answer. And call me as soon as you've got them. Thanks, Phil. We'll get to the bottom of this.
यार গাছ ঘরের ভেতরে গাছ না ভাল্লুক এটা ঠিক আছে ভেরি গুড ভেতরে আছে না উপরে I guess উপরে আছে গুড এটাও নিচেই আছে I don't know why car painting বাট বলছে যে ইউজ ক্যামেরা। কোথাও তো আর কিছু দেখতে পাচ্ছি না, বাইরে নেই তো। দেখি আরেকবার গিয়ে।
Any moment now. I need this shoot to happen, okay? And I need it to be perfect. From another fuse box. Do you mind? I need to be left alone, okay?
কি অবস্থা?
It feels like I can't breathe in there. The tension is off the charts.
Everything needs to be ready for the funeral.
It needs to look good for the family.
I don't believe for a second Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan for the spring seedlings yesterday.
Yes, sure. But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things will be handled with Gregory and Emma. No, I said to let him stay forever.
আর কি কিছু রিসার্চ করব? এর অফিস রুমটা কোনখানটায় ছিল বাটলারটার?
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
Painkiller. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
থাক, আমার কি, এদের ঘরে যে মরেছে মরেছে।
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
চলো। তো কার্লাইল তো পাশাপাশিই যাচ্ছে।
How are you, sir?
ভাবা যায় আমার টার্গেট আমার পাশ দিয়ে যাচ্ছে, অথচ আমি ওকে মারতে পারছি না।
This is Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
Madam Carlyle safe. I'd like to know about these details.
Please, go ahead.
The butler, Mr. Fernsby, killed Zachary.
Fernsby? Oh, you've got that wrong.
He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to
Bollei
feign
holo.
innocence. I know a killer when I see one.
Exactly.
And my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room.
এই হচ্ছে মোদ্দা কথা
I
বাবু
understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I am sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
কেস ফাইল চাইবো মানে নিয়ে আমি কি
I
করব
want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the Constant. That must mean you're...
বুঝতে
I
পেরে গেছি
expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it. The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting. I need some privacy.
Greetings, sir.
Thank you.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
ঠেলে দেবো মরতে
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
বেশি ঘুরে লাভ নেই সোজা বেরিয়ে যাও চলো
Yeah, keep it real.
Can't you just relax for a minute?
What?
তো গাইজ আই গেস মিশনটা শেষের দিকে চলে এসেছে এক্সিটের কাছাকাছি আমরা চলে এসেছি আই গেস হ্যাঁ আমরা এক্সিট করে যাচ্ছি সো মিশনটা যতটা ইজি মনে হচ্ছে দেখে ততটাও কিন্তু ইজি ছিল না নিজেকে কভার রেখে রেখে তারপরে ইনফিল্ট্রেট করা
47.
এটা আবার কি
Everywhere. Go, get out. It's the Constantine. Shit.
কি ঝামেলা কি হলো রে ভাই So that will be it guys Hitman 3 এর মিশন 2টা এখানে এরকম ভাবেই শেষ হলো চাইলে এরকম ভাবে শেষ করা যেতে পারে কিংবা আরো অন্যান্য ওয়েজও আছে আমি আর সেগুলোতে গেলাম না তো হোপ আপনাদের ভালো লাগলো আজকের গেম প্লেটা যদি ভালো লেগে থাকে তাহলে আমার ভিডিওটা লাইক করবেন যদি আমার চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব না করেছেন তাহলে প্লিজ চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে নেবেন আর কি বলবো, যদি কিছু প্রবলেম মনে হয় তাহলে কমেন্ট করে অবশ্যই জানান। কালকের গেম প্লের জন্য ওয়েট না করে আমার চ্যানেলে দেখুন, প্রচুর আলাদা আলাদা গেম প্লে ভিডিওস আছে, ওয়াক থ্রু ভিডিওস আছে, আপনারা সেগুলো দেখুন, ভালো লাগবে। বেল আইকনটাকে অবশ্যই দাবাবেন, যাতে আমি নতুন ভিডিও দিলেই আপনারা নোটিফিকেশানটা পেয়ে যান আর দেখতে শুরু করে দেন। ওকে গাইজ, টেক কেয়ার এভরিওয়ান, সি ইউ সুন, বাই বাই।